guys, welcome along to Bacon and Thyme. Today I'm going to quickly show you how to cut up a chicken into all its various cuts, help you get more for your money when you're buying your chicken. So let's get to it. So before we get started, let's quickly talk about why you would want to buy a whole chicken instead of just buying portion chicken already cut up for you. So basically you're going to get a lot more for your money, you're going to get more meals out of your chicken, you're going to get a carcass left over to make stock out or whatever sauces you want to make out of it. And you can be a bit more careful about the chicken that you're using. Obviously, when we're talking about meat, sustainability and sort of free range chicken is what you're looking for. You want to make sure that your animals had a good life. If you are gonna continue to eat meat in these days, it's good to be responsible about where you're getting it from. So if you do have a butcher in your town or your village, go down and talk to your local butcher, see if you can get a chicken from somewhere around your local area, and I guarantee you'll enjoy it more. So that being said, let's get started and let's cut up our chicken. Right, so we've got our chicken here. It's a nice sort of medium-sized bird. Let's take it off there, put her onto the board. Before we get going, you want to make sure that you have got a bowl for any scraps. We're going to have a tray. Have a tray to put all our chicken on. So before we get going, you want to make sure that you've got a nice good quality cook's knife. Make sure it's nice and sharp. So we'll just give this one a quick tickle before we get going. Right, so the first thing we're going to take off is the legs. So if you look down here, when you come to the leg, you'll see that the skin's stretching out there. We're just going to slightly cut down there. You see I didn't go particularly heavily. That'll just come apart. You can get your finger in there, just pull it apart. Snip that a little bit more down to there and there. Now, when you get to this stage, what you want to do is flip the bird over, put your two fingers on where you can feel the joint of the leg meeting the hip bone there, and you're just going to push, and you hear that, it just pops out. So the ball socket has just come out of there, and then we're just going to cut around the oyster on the bottom and straight down, okay? So there's one there. I'll just do this one again quickly. So again, you see this little bit of skin here. You can just slice down that, it'll come away, down a bit more, push all that down there, flip her over, pop the bone out, make sure you go round the oyster, and then again, just down like that, okay? So we've got our two legs. Let's pop those out of the way. Okay, so once we've taken the legs off, then all we're going to do, we're just going to remove this back of the chicken. So what you want to do is trim those two sides down like I've done there, and then just before the rib cage starts, just go through there, just give it a push. You'll go through there nice and easily. Keep that in your bowl for your stock, then you'll be left with the crown. Okay, so once we're left with the crown, what we're going to do, take the wings out. When you're going through the wings here, if you go straight through the joint, there's no resistance, you just go straight through it, okay? Keep the tips for your stock. Again, just straight through the joint there. Keep the wing. Same on the other side. Just make sure you can see that. You just go straight through, yeah? There's no crunching. And again, with the wing, just straight through. Take that off, put that onto your tray. And then, like I say, we're left with the crown. So now we're going to just have a little bit of a clean up. Okay, so now that we've got the legs and the wings off, let's go through quickly how we take the breast off. So once you've got your bird here, you'll obviously see the breastbone going all the way down the front there. What we're going to do is we're going to take a knife and we're just going to make sure that we're on one side of it, and we're just going to cut down. You'll feel just cutting into the frame of the chicken. Again, like I'm taking most things off the bone, we're just going to cut into the bone. We're not cutting into the meat, into the bone, away from your fingers, and you'll just gently be able to cut all that away. Don't worry about these little rib bones down here. We can trim those off if we need to, but just cut all the way down there. Okay, when you get to this point, let's just trim that little bit there. Once you get to the point where you're taking away from the carcass, again, just in between the bones, and it will just go through nice and easy. Okay, so there's one breast. Let's just put any any scraps into your bowl. Remember to keep those. And then again with the other side, I'll show you again, just down the side of that centered breastbone. Really careful with your fingers. Just down. Again, these little bones don't worry so much about. Down. Come around, trim that up. And then again, once we get to there, we just find where the joints are meeting there, and we just go straight through, okay? So then we've got the rest of the carcass, put that into there. So now we've got our 2 breasts. Obviously at this point, if you wanted to, you can remove the extra part of the wing off each. I think I will just do that. They're quite good to keep in the freezer. If you do this enough times, you'll build up a little stock of chicken wings in the freezer. They're always good to have around. You want to bang out a nice little chicken wing whenever you feel like it. So yeah, at this point, we're just going to trim up the rest of that. Take any fat off those. That little wishbone in there as well. Look, we can get rid of that. Once we've trimmed those up, then let's quickly take the fillets off. So you can just see there. Just fold that down, and again, we'll just quickly whip that down. Get that on a separate tray. Again, straight down. These ones you can tidy up a little bit if you want. This membrane does pull off quite easily. Like I say, all these bits are not going to waste. Keep them for your stock. So then, there we go. So you've got your breasts and your legs. Okay, so that's everything off the bone then. So you can see what we've got there. We've got the 2 legs, 2 breasts, 2 fillets, and a selection of the wings and the nugs. Okay, so let's quickly just go through how to separate the drumstick from the thigh. So when we're doing this, we're just going to squeeze the leg together halfway through. Make sure you can find that joint again, just like the wings. If you get it right, you'll just slide straight through the joint, just like that. Yeah, straight through. You can see it's nice and clean. It's not hard to cut through there. So there's one, and then we'll just quickly do the other one there. And there we go. So last thing we're quickly going to show you is how to take the bone out of the thigh. You can see that there, yeah? So we're just going to take our thigh from this one. You can use a cook's knife if you're comfortable with it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put that one away. I'm going to get a slightly smaller knife out, slightly smaller paring knife. And we're just going to cut straight away down into the bone again. And you're just going to cut around. Again, little sharp little movements, just cutting always into the bone, away from your fingers. Yeah, on one side. And then the other. Try and get underneath if you can. Once you get to this point, you can sort of pinch it up, and then you can slide your knife underneath and just whip out the rest of that bone, yeah? Again, keep that for your stock. Just trim that nut. There's a little bit of cartilage at the top there that you might want to just get rid of. And there you've got your chicken thigh all boned out. Good for stuffing. You can stuff those with a little bit of force meat or whatever you feel like. Wrap them in pancetta, roast them up. A million and one things you can do with those, but that's how you take the bones out. All right, guys, so that's how you cut up a chicken into all its various parts. I hope that's been helpful for you. If it has, please do leave a like on the video. Please subscribe and hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss any videos. If you've got anything you want me to show you, any tips or tricks or any skills that you want me to do videos on, please do leave a comment. And if I can, I will do a video for it as soon as I can. So please check back next time. Thanks. See you later. Bye-bye. Guys, just a quick little note, forgot to say in the video, once you have portioned everything up, anything that you're not going to use in the next sort of 2-3 days, I do recommend just wrapping up nice and tight in cling film or in a freeze bag. Stick a little label on it, write what it is, give it 3 months date. It's got 3 months life in the freezer, but I obviously recommend using it before then. And then once it's in there, you know, you can just dip in
Grab your diced breast for a curry, or your thighs for a coq au vin, or your wings for a wing night. But yeah, keep it clean, keep it George Mean. Make snacks, not wash. Wash.